Welcome to ABC 31 News Tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. One family has an extended history with Louisiana College, and their legacy was honored today. ABC 31's Joanna Phillips has the story.
Louisiana College's annual Founders Day celebration honored the Tudor family. Tudor Hall, on the college's campus, was named after Simon Tudor, a generous patron to Louisiana College. In 1910, Simon Tudor was recruited to the college to initiate an athletic program.
The glass was always half full with him, never half empty. Positive, can-do person, and fun, and a great sports fan. In fact, the night he died, he had been watching the Friday night fights, and so I guess in a way he was happy. Every sport he loved.
While attending Louisiana College, Tudor served as athletic director and coached numerous sports teams. Members of the Tudor family have been attending Louisiana College for the past 100 years. Today, the Founders Day ceremony unveiled a historical marker in honor of the Tudor family.
What we did today is a way of reiterating and sort of a revisiting of the tradition that my grandfather started and my great-grandfather W.C. Beale started. You saw the number of people here, sort of a family get-together, and that kind of a touchstone that I think renews everybody's interest, and I have no doubt that tradition will continue.
Simon Tudor also served as a trustee and president of the trustees of Louisiana College. He founded Tudor Construction Company in 1946, a company that contracted many buildings on the college's campus, including Tudor Hall, and is still a recognized business in the central Louisiana area today. Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
Norris Greenhouse Jr., a former law enforcement officer in Marksville, has been sentenced for the death of 6-year-old Jeremy Martis. Greenhouse will serve 5 years for negligent homicide and 2.5 years for malfeasance by a police officer. He must serve at least 2 years before being eligible for parole. In 2015, he and fellow Deputy Derek Stafford pursued the vehicle of Christopher Few. Shortly thereafter, 18 shots were fired into Few's vehicle. Few's son, Jeremy Martis, was killed. Stafford was sentenced in March to 40 years in prison for manslaughter. State fire marshals are examining the circumstances surrounding a fire late Wednesday night in Baldwin. Fire crews were dispatched to a residence shortly before midnight on Wednesday. After entering that home, crews located a body identified as 64-year-old Joseph Weber Jr. The home had no working smoke alarms. That investigation is still ongoing. Well, summer just seems to keep hanging on as we get further into October. Meteorologist Kim Walker is here with a first look at our forecast.
Well, I think our summer-like heat and humidity will be coming to an end by the end of the week because we do have rain in the forecast. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But high pressure continues to build into the region. It's keeping those winds calm. It's keeping us rain-free, and it's pumping in moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. So we are expecting it to be humid once again for tomorrow. 62 degrees as we start off our day. 82 by noon. Lots of sunshine, and we're going to see plenty of sunshine in the afternoon as well. Highs tomorrow will be in the low 90s, and then by 5 o'clock we drop back down to around 90 degrees. But we're going to see rain chances return this weekend, and we could see some heavy rain across our area as well. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Kim. The Great Pumpkin Patch is back at First United Methodist Church in Alexandria. The church sets up the pumpkin patch each year to raise money for ministry projects such as buddy camp and youth mission trips. You can stop by to pick out a pumpkin Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. or on Sunday from 12:30 to 4:30 p.m. The patch is open until October 31st. This month, people across the U.S. are working to raise awareness about breast cancer. Here's ABC 31's Shar Thomas.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of cancer found in women worldwide.
More than 249,000 people in the United States are diagnosed with invasive breast cancer every year, and nearly 41,000 die from the disease. CEO of Cabrini Health System Hospital, Nancy Hellier, was diagnosed with the disease in her mid-40s, and she says it took her by surprise when she found out.
The most poignant moment of the whole thing was the time I got a call from the surgeon who told me, yes, it is indeed cancer, and so it's very hard. It's you can't unring that bell. That's a bell that rings that you can't go back on. So
after going through the survivorship process, Hellier is cancer-free, but she still makes getting a mammogram every year a priority. Radiation oncologists Lawrence Minacci says it is very important for patients at the age of 35 and 40 to get a mammogram every year.
Okay, that's very important. You get your mammogram once a year. It's going to detect cancer in over 90% of the cases. Okay, and with the beauty of doing your mammogram in that way, particularly with our new 3D mammography here that we have here at Cabrini, is that we can see lesions or tumors that are much smaller than we used to find them. Okay, so we find the tumor early. The chances of cure at an early stage is much higher than the chance if the cancer is found more advanced.
It is recommended that women check their breasts for any unusual lumps and discomfort. If you are experiencing a change in the look or feel of the nipple and nipple discharge, contact your doctor immediately. Shar Thomas, ABC 31 News.
The Food Bank of Central Louisiana is celebrating all that's local and abundant with a garden party while raising funds for the Good Food Project.
It's all going to be lit up. There's going to be luminaries and candles and different plants sitting around and lots of flowers and all kinds of stuff and wonderful food from 5 local chefs. We're going to have a silent auction. The Hoochie Digs are going to be doing the music, and we'll have an MC as well. And it'll be a lot of fun. Good food, because all the food, like I said, comes from our garden. The produce comes from our garden, or it comes from Inglewood Farm.
The garden party will take place on October 12th at the Food Bank of Central Louisiana. Tickets can be purchased by contacting the food bank or going online to eventbrite.com. Well, fall is a great time to plant hardy trees and shrubs. The low maintenance yet beautiful drift rose is an excellent choice. It was a Louisiana Super Plant selection for 2013. On this edition of Get It Growing, horticulturist Dan Gill explains an important difference between the drift rose and the popular knockout rose.
As we reach the end of September, hopefully we're seeing some cool fronts move through the state and give us some relief from the incredible heat we have all through the summer. October will be cooler, and as we move into October, it's time to start thinking about planting hardy trees and shrubs in our landscapes. Fall is the perfect time for planting these wonderful plants to embellish our landscapes and provide shade for our homes. A plant I want to introduce you to today, this wonderful low-growing rose, is called the drift rose, and they're wonderful for planting this time of the year. The Drift Rose series is a Louisiana super plant selection. Of course, these are plants selected by the LSU Ag Center and the industry here in Louisiana to be really superior performers in our landscape. And these roses have a proven track record here in Louisiana and are outstanding choices. Now, the Drift series was created by Conard Pyle Star Roses, the same people that brought us the knockout roses. And they were developed because the knockout roses are such large growing roses, and gardeners wanted something smaller. These drift roses will stay about 3 feet tall or less and spread about 3 to 4 feet wide. They're wonderful low-growing roses. They bloom continuously in flush after flush of flowers from the spring until we move in the early part of winter. And they come in a variety of colors like pink, apricot, white, and red. They're amazingly disease resistant, and they don't have a lot of problems with black spot and don't need to be sprayed. Plant these roses in well-prepared beds in nice, sunny, well-drained locations in your landscape. You'll find they do an amazing job of providing color for you through the summer season without a lot of maintaining effort required. The Drift Rose is available at your local nurseries now, a Louisiana super plant selection. Plant them in the fall. For Get It Growing, I'm Dan Gill with the LSU Ag Center.
And for more information on other lawn and garden topics, you can contact your parish's LSU Ag Center Extension Service Office or visit the LSU Ag Center website at lsuagcenter.com and click on the Lawn and Garden button.
Wait, whoa!
Oh, I can't get enough of this video.
Right This Minute is TV's #1 daily viral video show. Right This Minute.
Watch Right This Minute, weekdays at 5 on KLAX TV.
Well, Well, welcome back, everyone. We're going to have one more day of rain-free conditions, and it's going to be warm, very summer-like. So if you like this weather, enjoy it for one more day because things will change this weekend. In fact, it will get cloudy, breezy with some scattered thunderstorms possible for your Saturday, and then more rain chances through early next week. We did see warm conditions for today. Temperatures climbing into the upper 80s, and some of you saw some 90s out there as well. But currently, it's 84 degrees in Alexandria, and Natchez is 82 degrees. Leesville around 82 degrees as well, so it's not too bad. Very mild out there, and we're enjoying that sunshine right now. The dew points have actually dropped down a little bit, 59 degrees currently, so it's a little bit more comfortable, but still a little bit muggy out there. We are going to see, though, those humid conditions really increase this weekend, especially with Nate coming across our area. But for tomorrow, high pressure still in control, keeping those winds at bay, and also is keeping the rain at bay as well. So we're going to continue with the dry conditions and lots of sunshine for tomorrow. But Tropical Storm Nate continues to move toward the north and northwest. Right now it's over Honduras. Will eventually move into warmer waters where it is expected to continue with its strengthening, and then by Saturday morning it could hit the Yucatan, and that could help to slow it down just a little bit, but then it moves into the warm waters of the Gulf, and it is expected to strengthen into a Category 1 hurricane and hitting anywhere between eastern Texas at this point to the panhandle of Florida. That's the cone of uncertainty, so of course we don't need it in our area or in eastern Texas or really anywhere. So hopefully it doesn't get to the point where it turns into a hurricane, but then it will quickly move out as a cold front will drag it to the north and to the east. But here are the impacts. Mainly in eastern Louisiana, I should say southeastern Louisiana, places like New Orleans, Baton Rouge could be affected by this. The areas greatest at risk are these areas shaded in the red out there, and damaging winds could be possible, flooding rain, and an isolated tornadoes could be a possibility as Nate makes landfall as a hurricane or even a tropical storm. So we will continue to monitor that. As far as rainfall estimates in the upcoming days, anywhere between 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inches. The closer you get, of course, to Nate, that we are going to increase the rainfall amounts. But right at this point, if it takes the path that we're expecting maybe about 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches across our area. So just keep that in mind for this weekend. Tonight, temperatures drop down into the lower 60s, partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, highs will be quite hot. 91 degrees. It's going to be humid out there as well, but lots of sunshine. And then those clouds will start to increase this weekend. Chances of rain through your Monday. Temperatures will be back into the 90s by Wednesday with a little bit more sunshine, but then a cold front comes through and that will cool things off for the end of the week. Scott.
All right, thank you, Kim. Osteoporosis, a condition that affects 10 million Americans, particularly women. Now, there's a way for older women to fight back and might just surprise you. To explain, here's Serena Marshall.
Deadlifts, overhead presses, back squats, sure. Weightlifters perform these exercises in the gym every day. But if you're a woman over the age of 60, it may be time for you to grab a weight. Pumping iron may help protect against osteoporosis. Australian researchers studied 101 postmenopausal women with low bone density, that's osteoporosis, and its milder form, osteopenia. They randomly assigned the women to do either high-intensity resistance training, including weights and the deadlift, or low-intensity training like lunges. The women exercised for 30 minutes twice a week. After 8 months, those in the high-intensity training group had higher bone mineral density and improved strength performance. And it turns out, it's safe too. Women in this study experienced no exercise-related fractures. But if you're interested in giving it a try, remember, these women did high-intensity exercises well supervised by an instructor. So make sure you do the same. After all, it could give your bones a lift.
Thanks for watching ABC 31 News. Have a great night.
Hi, everybody. This is the voice of the Tigers, Jim Hawthorne, inviting you to watch Inside LSU Football, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors on this affiliate of the LSU Sports Television Network every week during the season. We'll have all the highlights, exclusive locker room access you won't see anywhere else, and features that will give you the inside story on your Fighting Tigers football team.
Inside LSU Football. Join us Sundays at 10 on KLAX TV. Brought to you in part by Randy Wiggins, State Farm agent. To you, it's just an old coat. But to an underprivileged child, it's a warmer winter. Please help us collect coats for kids before the cold months get here. You can drop off new or gently used coats at a location near you. All coats are cleaned and distributed right here in our community. The KLAX Coats for Kids Drive is sponsored by First Federal Bank, Southern Heritage Bank, Bank of Montgomery, Kramer Funeral Home, Take 5 Oil Change, South Park Cleaners, and LaSalle Printing and Office Supply.